Hi everybody.
Hi, we are here to do some vision board planning. We want to share with you our process of how we do things, and hopefully that will help you as well.
We talk about our goals every year and then turn those goals into a vision board. We've been doing it for the last few years and we would really encourage everybody to do the same. Hopefully, if anybody has a vision board and they haven't been able to create theirs yet, we can offer a bit of inspiration, give you a few tips on how you can put yours together. What is a vision board if nobody has ever sort of come across them before, never used one before? It's basically just a visualization of what your goals are, what you might want to achieve, something like your dreams or where you see yourself in the future. That's all it is. It's a visualization of these things by putting them down physically on a piece of paper. Some people might put them on like a Pinterest board or something like that, but obviously being Hello Day, we always like to put ours on paper. So that's all it is. It's a visualization of your goals.
The reason why we think it is so important is because we will end up showing ours from like the one that we've done for this year and previous ones, which is kind of fun because it's nice that looking at a previous one and seeing the things that you did accomplish. And then it just gives you that little bit of like, oh, I did that. And that's why they're important to continue to look at.
And basically it allows us to just be imaginative, be creative, think about what we want to achieve, and then like visualize those and put them down on paper. And there is so much research about how visualizing something can really help you to achieve it. It fixes it in your mind and it just drives you towards achieving that.
This is ours from 2020, and we were looking at this and we were just excited because there's a lot of things that got done that year, which is exciting. This is our stairs, which we got our stairs done. Office, we got an office. And car, we got the car we wanted. And this represents bathroom, and we did our bathroom that year as well. And this is just future home.
Yeah,
one day.
Yeah.
Holidays did not happen that year in 2020. Harrods is down here, and we did get into Harrods, which was really exciting. So several big things happened, and I think it's really exciting to have that on there and then look back and be like, oh my gosh, we accomplished that. It's just really exciting. And these dogs, by the way, represent future as well, as we just want a lot more rescue animals, but that's in the future. We can't do that right now with Millington because she doesn't like any dogs at all.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing is, it's going to be very difficult to achieve everything you've put on there, but that shouldn't get you down. It should just excite you that these are the things that you want to achieve. Look at them regularly. If you do want to put it in the front of your planner, then when you open your planner, it can be the first thing that you look at every day, which is amazing. And then when you do achieve one of these, then you'll get really super excited, and then you can look back at the year and you can think, that's amazing, we achieved these. And then any other ones, you can always push them forward to a future year as you build each year's vision board and each year's goals.
What's nice about it too is I think that sometimes it seems really overwhelming and really scary of like, oh, I need to sit down and do this vision board, which is why we're going to walk you through our process. But also once you get started, like you'll be surprised how many things start coming to your head of, things that you didn't think that you would think of when you sat down at that moment. So it is really, I feel like it's really inspiring because you end up inspiring yourself because you're looking at things and then you think of one thing and then you think of another. Also, just when you're looking through a magazine, I don't start looking through a magazine until I already know what I'm looking for. But still, while I'm doing that, I start to see other things that start to get me thinking as well. So let's just get started. We're going to walk through the 4 steps that we do, okay? So number 1 is dreamstorming. All right, so the whole step is called dreamstorming, but for dreamstorming, we actually have a dreamstorming printable that's on the website. It is free to download and print in your own home. On that dreamstorming, we have different topics about your life. So there is lifestyle, relationships, career, finances, serving others, home, new skills, personal development, physical well-being, and mental well-being. So we should have this question written down on the Dreamstorming, but we've just written it ourselves here. But what we kind of ask ourselves is, where am I now and where do I want to be? So you can ask yourself this question for any of these topics. So with your finances, for example, where am I now with my finances and where do I want to be? With your relationships, which it could be romantically or with your friends or with your family, like all relationships of your life, where are you now with those relationships and where do you want to be? You can do that with physical well-being, mental well-being, lifestyle. You can do it with everything. So this is a great printable to really just start to get your mind working. Again, it's overwhelming to sit down and think I'm going to do a vision board. But if you start to go through the steps and you start to ask yourself questions.
Yeah.
So in the Dreamstorming step 1, you'll need 3 things. So you'll need the Dreamstorming and questions that you've written down to ask yourself. We have some sample questions that we asked ourselves, and A3 paper. This is just the way that we do it. This is the way that I do it. So this is my A3 paper of just a bunch of notes, okay? So these are the 3 things that you need: questions, Dreamstorming, and A3 paper. Why I say A3 is because, wait, it is A3,
Yeah,
not
that is
A2,
A3,
right?
yeah.
I get confused between the A3, A2 sizes in the UK. So basically I just want a big piece of paper so I can just like jot down whatever kind of comes to my mind. So some questions that we asked ourselves when we were doing this.
Yeah. So some of the questions we asked ourselves were, what makes us happy, both in work and, you know, in our personal lives, right? Just some
and
thoughts
so like
down.
I wrote that up here, for example. Makes me happy with Hello Day, makes me happy in my life. So yeah.
Yeah. What are some good habits that you'd like to either continue doing or that you'd like to start doing?
Which I've got here as well, my answers.
Yeah. What are any bad habits that you'd actually like to break this coming year? What are some things that you want for yourself? What are some challenges from the previous year that you'd like to really reflect on and think, well, how can I really improve on that in the coming year? Do you have any outstanding goals from the previous year that you didn't manage to achieve and you just want to really carry them forward and drive forward to achieve those? And also, what are some things that you've actually already accomplished and how are you going to build on those over the next 12 months? So that's another important thing to reflect on what you actually achieved over the last year and then how you're going to build on that. So those are just some examples. I mean, you can ask yourself any questions you want, but those are just how we personally think about what we want to put, what goals we want to create for ourselves over the next year.
Okay, so that is step 1. And then you just start to have a lot of, you know, different thoughts that at first you didn't even know were in your head, and all of a sudden they're down on paper. So step 2 would be your next 10 years. So we have a printable for that, which is my next decade, which is also free on the website to download and print in your own home. So with this, ours is a bit messy, but this is ours. And we just find this so useful every year. Because another thing that's funny is that these things change, you know, like looking back again at other ones that we did, it really does change. Like you just kind of adapt to your life and the world, and you never know what's coming, you know, along tomorrow. But this basically breaks it up 1 to 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years. You see that? Okay, so just writing down, basically what then we do is we kind of look back at all the things we wrote down on the A3, A2? A3, and just everything that kind of got written down, and you combine it and start to think of the things that you're really wanting to focus on in increments of like 1 to 2 years, 5 years, and then even bigger in 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. So if you think forward to 10 years time, where do you want to be? And then you can kind of work backwards and think, well, if I'm going to be there in 10 years, where do I need to be in 5 years? And then what does that mean for the next 1 to 2 years? And then once you've got really thought about what you want to achieve over the next 1 to 2 years, that really then brings forward to think, well, what are my goals for the next 12 months? What do I want to achieve? And therefore, what do I need to put onto my vision board? Because those are the things that you're going to be driving forward for.
Okay, so next, number 3 is basically you need to start looking for things. So my number 3 is, rather than just like diving into a magazine and opening it up, or like going onto Google and finding pictures, I need to know like what I'm looking for. So from all the things that I wrote down from everywhere, I kind of just reviewed it, and then I just had a list that's called Pics to use. So I like put down different ideas of, apart from inspiring words that, yes, like you'll find a quote or inspiring words that you want to put on your vision board. But apart from that, I also want some pictures here and there that represent the goals that I want to achieve that year or past that year. So, like over here, messy, I wrote Pics to use, okay? And I don't do all of them. You can't fit everything on the vision board, but I put pretty much all of them on there. I just really tried to look for things and like made them into small photos and put them on. So I wrote a list of Pics to use. That's number 3. Step 4 is create your vision board. So now you basically dive onto Google and into magazines and just start cutting things out. And you may not use everything that you find because it just might be too much. Another thing you could do is, if you don't want to keep your vision board in your planner, you could also download it on the website and print it out as like a big piece if you wanted. And then, make like a big vision board and then put that on your wall. But I do like keeping it in my planner. So, okay, yeah. So number 4, you dive in, you start looking for images, and then you create your vision board. So I'll show you. This is my planner that I'm using this year. And by the way, I've gone from minimal to original. I was trying to do a minimal and it's not working. So I've gone back to original. So, and the nice thing about any kind of extra pages that you want to fit in, we have these clips that you can use to clip it in. So this is my vision board right there.
Look at that. Very colourful.
So what I try to do is just pull different pictures of different things. I'll take it out so it's not as heavy for me to... All right, so let's do some ideas. If you want to hold it up, and I'll give kind of some of my goals and what they are, and what this represents. Actually, I don't need to look at the written thing because I just kind of know. So over here, exercise, of course, every year. So that's me and Dave. Not really, but it represents me and Dave because we always like working out together, whether it's different videos that we do at home, or I've always been a runner, so we just run outside together. And I haven't done a race in a couple years, although we both used to be really good at races. She
was always better.
So I just want to get back into races, and I think it was Jamie in this group that I was chatting to, and she was saying she had done one, and I thought, I really just need to sign up for one, and if I sign up for it, I'll do it. So I'll be doing that. And this represents DC, to just get back home more, because obviously I haven't been able to see my family as much. And this doesn't have to be yoga or Pilates or anything specific, but I really, now that I'm getting into my older age, I'm realizing how much my body really needs stretching, like consistent stretching. And so I think too, with all the running I've done over the years, my body, I feel like it's become really squeaky. So I need more stretching in my life. And also, as many of you may know, that we lived in Spain for a long time, so we do want to be going back and forth to Spain a lot, and this represents Barcelona. We're also, this is a big goal of ours, but this is a warehouse in Europe. We'd like to figure out a way that it's easier to be shipping Hello Day products to Europe. So whether it's like we get some type of base there, so that is like a big goal that we are going to try and slowly start to work towards. And this is speaking French. Well, that's been like a 10-year thing. But it's just, and I'm not going to like become fluent overnight because it's not necessarily what I want, but it's just constantly looking at things. I like to watch French movies as well, and also just kind of constantly, just here and there, look at the app that I have on my phone and just like look at it more often. And this represents some events, some Hello Day events that we want to have this year. So this is like all of us getting together, which would be really fun. And this represents Thanksgiving that we did 2 years ago, or and I'd like to now, hopefully COVID won't be an issue this coming year, and we can have 2 more Hello Day events this year. Work-life balance, which is a huge deal for me and Dave, because we work all the time, all the time, weekends, evenings, in my sleep, all the time. So we want to have a better work-life balance.
Yeah.
And we also, we're not very good about it in the winter, but we want to get back into our like really strict morning routines. So it's just a lot harder in the winter time, but we will get back into that kick very soon. And the beach, which we love. And this is our hardwood floors. Well, I mean, the floors that we have, we just need to repaint them white. Yeah, so, and minimal, we really just want like a more minimal life. We just want to get rid of more and more and more out of the house and things we don't need. I really just want to like get down to the basics and just not have stuff that we don't need. I don't think we have that much, but at the same time, I'd like to just get rid of more, and I'd really like to just be stuck with the things only that we use all the time. Yeah. So, well, that's enough. But basically, what I love about this is it's got so much content. You can fold it up, put it into your planner, always refer to it. So yeah, that is it. That is what we have for you today. We hope that those steps really helped you. So just to review, number 1 is dreamstorming. Number 2 is my next 10 years. Number 3 is write down the ideas for the imagery you want to look for. And number 4 is just create that vision board, cut everything up, put it on, and you've got it. I guess number 5 would be look at it. So you need to just refer to it and look at it, as often as you want. Dave is pretty good at looking at it every day, but, just look at it here and there. If you do it and you don't look at it, there's no point, so you need to just be able to refer to it and inspire yourself with the things that you want for yourself. So that is it. Thank you for joining us, and for all of those who will be watching this afterwards as well. And if you have any questions, just put some in the comments, but also just, get in touch with us, and you can get some of those printables on the website. Also some other printables that we printed out to show you that are also just kind of good in the way of like getting your mind going is Word of the Month printable, and a year in reflection, which is really good because there's just some questions in there that really can kind of get you thinking about, how the year went, the year before went, what you might have achieved and didn't achieve, what kind of stopped you, and, things that just would be good to get your mind going for the whole vision board idea. So anyway, thank you so much for your time, and please always reach out if you have any questions.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.